We have Sanjay Singh and Garga Chatterjee with us. Thank you for joining NDTV. Mr. Chatterjee, I'd like to come to you first. The TMC is facing questions with regard to the Mahua Moitra case, and she has been accused of taking bribes to ask questions. There have been arrests of ministers like Partha Chatterjee. These heap of cash visuals are still strong in people's memory. What kind of political implications do you see for the TMC in the run-up to 2024? Mr. Chatterjee?
Oh, you asked me. I didn't
Yes,
understand that. I thought you were going to.
Yes, I was asking you. I'm asking
See,
you.
see, if it were in this country an agency which looks at economic offences in this case, so it's important to look at the kind of the record of this agency. This agency has a less than 5% conviction rate, which means out of 100 people it picks up or accuses, less than 5 are actually held responsible, right? Also, this agency has in its kitty huge number of cases in West Bengal, which it has generated. Not a single charge sheet has been filed. And this is also true for this agency, which has done this and also other union agencies like the CBI, etc. And it seems to be that the alleged corruption is always to be found in states which are not ruled by the BJP. So the problem that happens is there is real corruption in this country and in various states. But this sort of usage of an agency which is inefficient, which is because a 5%, less than 5% rate would tell you that, which can see certain crimes but cannot see certain crimes, okay? Then that actually makes the agency questionable, and that is quite sad because these agencies do have a role in combating corruption, and as people say that justice should also not be done but also seem to be done, and this is causing a very long-term damage to the polity and the idea of transparency on economic offences in this country. I mean, for example, the leader of opposition of West Bengal, Shubhendu Adhikari, who was in Congress at first, and there was in Trinamool at first, and then he has joined BJP. The BJP West Bengal unit used to have this character's video where he's taking money on camera, just like you see me on camera, just like they're taking money covered in an envelope, etc. And after he joined BJP, that video got deleted from the BJP account, and then he has never been called, let alone arrested. And this is sad. This is sad that agencies that are supposed to deal with corruption have been debased to that level, and you can see it in the response of the people. People do not take these sort of raids at face value anymore. I mean, look at the Aam Aadmi Party; it is doing pretty well in Delhi, right?
Mr. Singh, would you like to respond to that? Mr. Chatterjee is making an important point here. He's saying that regular raids in opposition-ruled states actually gives credence to this claim that agencies are being misused. But, I know that raids are happening across the country, but when it comes to Bengal, there are actually arrests happening, right? So there are high-profile ministers who've gotten arrested. These are confidants of Mamata Banerjee. So how do you see something like this? Do you agree with the fact that agencies are being misused, or do you just see this as a push against corruption? Mr. Singh?
First, Vasudha, this particular charge that the claim that ED has conviction rate of only 5%. I think ED conviction rate is 95%. Because if you look at conviction rate, which effectively means that out of the trial conducted in the court and verdict given, out of verdict given, the strike rate of ED is 95%, so not 5%. 5% they calculate because they calculate total number of cases where ED may have conducted raid, may have done searches, and thereafter come to certain conclusion, but that is an erroneous conclusion. Second part, whenever an ED action or of any law enforcement agency's action happened, CBI subsequently was, I think, the consent was withdrawn in West Bengal and in some other opposition ruled state. Whereas that again, some would call it a political move on part of states which are in opposition. So far as Delhi is concerned, Delhi, the two ministers, one out on bail, now on health ground, and another Manish Sisodia is still in jail on serious charges. And so that would not be very appropriate to comment as to what has happened in Delhi. As for West Bengal, this particular case involves two things. A, whatever has happened in the PDS system, and second, issue of cell companies. Many cell companies, I think during investigation, it has come to light, to best of my knowledge, that so many cell companies were created and money siphoned. Also, if you look at it, what Subhendu Adhikari has tweeted, he has named MD as somebody who was already tainted, a retired bureaucrat, and so he was appointed. As for the question that raids happening in opposition ruled state, that is a question I think that is for the BJP to answer. But as and when ED's raids and ED searches, ED kind of cases filed and conviction and attachment of property of ED, political parties and politicians, I think, account only for 4-5% or so. The large many cases are outside. But yes, when the search and arrest of this nature happens, the issue becomes political. But in this particular case, so far as the facts or whatever has been reported, I think the case is not as straight as the TMC leaders point out, that this is pure case of vendetta and the purely innocent and honest and person is being harassed just to malign Trinamool Congress party.
Right. Mr. Chatterjee, let's also talk about the political implications and ramifications of these corruption charges. In 2019, we all remember the BJP did very well in the Lok Sabha polls in West Bengal, winning around 18 seats. Of course, then 2021 happened, where the BJP actually once, from 3 seats, it went to 77. So do you see the BJP gaining from this issue of corruption? Do you see the TMC facing any dent, at least in its voter base, because of these charges?
See, if we go by numbers, ever since Trinamool sort of gained after the 2007, 6-7 Shingur Nandigram agitation, so we have had numerous elections. There's 2009, 2011, 2014, 2019, 2016, 2019, 2021. So those are the last ones. So let me just point out that pretty much Trinamool's vote share has monotonously gone up. Okay. And between 2019 and 2021, before the Vidhan Sabha elections, there were all these ED sort of things also. As a result, Trinamool's vote went up. And if you keep these ED raids and its political implications on one side and Trinamool's, let's say, vote percentage on the other side, it seems to have a positive effect almost. And more importantly, people have gotten used to this. See, because I'm not talking about your channel, I'm not talking about any specific channel, but every channel over the last few years have been showing ED raids, right? And people have seen many of these ED raids. I do not remember, you could correct me, where any channel has shown an ED raid that it had previously shown, and then a conviction of an opposition politician based on an ED raid. It just doesn't exist. So people are not fools.
Right. Thank you. Thank you both of you for speaking to NDTV.